Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at gg.bet.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. We're going to be going into our Decider map. One of these teams is heading through to the $300,000 StarSeries LAN event. The other, they stay at home. They're out. They're done. It is going to be Mirage. Of course, both teams winning their opponent's map pick in very close succession. Well, early on into this one, we are going to see a decoy thrown into the window. Interesting. Lined it up perfectly with the normal smoke setup. We will have Solo with a kit and a smoke, and Savage with a little bit of utility. It seems like they've just gone for a bit of a default early into this pistol round, not going for anything too aggressive. Ready. Mini looking like he's going to have a few players coming his way. CT side have stacked over towards this B site, and unfortunately that is the wrong call. Mini's going to have to find the shots, and he does. Fade away one tap already onto Hurricanes will give the CT side the man advantage, and it does mean that they can play for the retake. You also have TB actually in the window. I wonder if they'll expect anybody to be in this position. By the looks of things though, they're actually just going to go all rotating through that actual CT spot, which a bit more of a problem for these remaining positions. Zeph going to be watching to see if there is anybody holding off the flank, but the T's are just trying to burn down this clock already. Kit thrown onto the ball. I think they're going to really struggle stopping this from being defused. They're spamming the shots away, and, well, already round one, TB, he's going to be thrown away as well, and it will be MVP taking themselves the pistol. A strong start to their CT side. See whether or not they do go for a risky force again. We saw this in the previous map where they were very happy to actually throw an AK over to Savage, give him the chance to do the damage. And he did, to be fair to him. Had an incredible second map. Fine, though. He's looking to just pad his stats here. He knows there's likely to not be too much invested into this one. Already finds a first. Nice shot from Viva to at least put him down. And Solo actually going to be caught up. This is already more damage than would have been expected for what is a round where they've invested next to nothing. Viva looking for a little bit more with the Deeg, but isn't going to find anything just yet. And Glow has to be a bit careful. He does spot TB, though. And that will at least be the information that they're going to try and go for a cheeky little flank. Viva, though, finds another. Only 2 players maximum are going to survive this round for the CT side. This is hugely successful already, and there's still a minute 10 left on the clock. Savage lurking in the backlines as well. Has a bit more of a surprise factor, and TB is still in on this flank. Now, I wonder if they remember that he was here. They did spot him crossing. Savage already going to be put down in the backlines, and I think they're aware that TB going to be the last one left. Mini, though, in the corner. Oh, Famas picked up, and a little bit of bad timing with that one. 2-0 MVP do take another round, but realistically, now the AK-47s come back in, and it could be a hard reset into round number 4 if MVP don't manage to win with what they've got. Well, you can already see the damage that's been done. Quick push out already. We'll lose the life of 2 players to this CT side, and by the looks of things, there should be a round for the T's already. But Zeph with the cross manages to deny the bomb plant. Savage always lurking in the back lines, and, well, he probably should have got the kill there. Well, eventually, but it's actually Glow to trade things back into a 2v2. It's not done just yet. TB and Hurricanes left alone. AK going to be picked up by Glow, but there isn't a kit at the moment. The bomb is going to be planted, and they're both quite far away from the action. CT side force buy into the next round is fairly unlikely. Probably going to go for this one. Already. Gonna come back in from the CT side. Glow rounds the corner, manages one, but his TV to already trade things back, and he will do even more. 2-1, Cyberzen on the board, as quick can be. Now the CT side, well, they're in a little bit of trouble here. Not going to be much invested at all. Zyne had a little bit of extra cash, was Mini with the majority. But he's obviously saving his money for an AWP. Morning, I would not recommend doing that. Not worth it, buddy. It's not worth it. Also said the winner of this map goes to the $300,000 land. I've seen many people talk in the chat about Mafia throwing fixed games, score lines, all of this different stuff, but I don't care who you are. At this point, there's no way that's happening. No way in hell. We've seen an intense series so far, both teams desperate to get to Kiev. Fight for that prize pool. A bit of a miss smoke there. Unless the classic spawn smoke was thrown. But either way, we are going to see a purchase in from both sides. Limitations on both sides as well. T-side could have invested a bit more, but decided to keep the SMG. And to be fair, there's 3 players without head armor, so it may actually work out for them. By the looks of things, they're going to go gathering in towards this A site. Now, Mini is here with his AWP. One of the most impressive rounds we actually saw from him was with the scout. The AWPing a little bit off from him in the last map. Come to expect quite a lot from this guy. He is going to be reading and waiting. Doesn't manage to find the opening pick of the nade. Should do a bit of damage onto the T's. In fact, it doesn't, and he's already going to be overwhelmed. Viva looking for a bit more, and it seems like Zyne is just confused. What has just happened? The drive-by comes in, and Viva finds 2 kills. Monster now gets an AWP for free. There's nothing better than a free AWP. Except maybe a free XM if you're Monster. While the CT side have huddled up and waddled away. Either way, 5 players surviving for the T side will mean that their money is booming. Really strong start for them after winning that next round. My voice will last for one more map. Don't worry about that. Then, well, that's the qualifier. It's done. Done EU. Didn't do NA, but hey, I do like some sleep. I'm not nocturnal or immortal. But I can definitely cope for one more. Savage, gonna be looking for the peek in. Already finds the opener, transitions onto the second. Beasting and feasting on this CT side. Solo does have himself a cheeky little FAMAS, but the two of the 3 weapons are gone. Going to the LAN, well, you have to wait for the announcement to find that one out. I will say, I'm pretty sure I've been to StarSeries 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'll be a bit disappointed if after all that I'm not invited to 6, but you never know. Things change. I'm not 100% confirmed or anything, so I'm not going to say yes. I do also live in Kiev, but let's just move on, alright? Like, move on. couple of weapons will actually be picked up by the CT side, so that's not too bad. I wonder if, like, Viva should definitely be hunting here. He's got an MP9. But all in all, that's a pretty decent save from MVP. They'll be able to purchase up into the next round comfortably anyway. AWP will be back into Mini. As I said, they've saved a bit of a bolster of cash here, and will mean they're going into the next round. It won't be ideal, but they probably will still have a buy. Cyberzen. I don't actually know the answer to that, because I know that they were Vici Cyberzen before. I don't know if Cyberzen is its own individual. That Molotov has gone a little bit wrong. The MP9 of Viva is going to be left by his team to just run in and die. Zeph trying to hold off on the cross, but it is going to be Monster to find one. Spray from Zeph does a lot of damage, and they still haven't cleared the man from the site itself. Glow just lurking around the smoke, goes for a peek in, finds one, but is traded out. Savage still a little bit late to the party, but does arrive eventually. Actually, a missed shot from Mini. Gives away back in. Lots of damage onto him. Will catch Savage trying to cross back as they want to retreat. Well, now it's left onto Monster. Monster able to connect the shot, but is going to go crossing back for that bomb and retrieves it as well. Now he doesn't know that there's a man on a long, long flank. Zeph looking to go all the way back around. He's got a couple of kills for himself in this round already. Mini actually switching over from his AWP to a FAMAS, so clearly expecting some sort of retake, but this is smart. He's managed to sneak all the way back around. Now, I think Mini may have actually realized what's going on, may have heard himself the footsteps, and I think he should be there just in time to end the life of Monster. Bomb Plant will help out the T side in terms of boosting their money even further. Not that they really needed it, but it will be 4-3. Another round on the board. Are you eating Kiev? To be honest, I like the thing I like about Kiev when it comes to food is they really do have like a balance of everything, like with, wow, because there are like typical Ukrainian restaurants, but they've brought across a lot of different like European stuff, so I can pretty much get wherever I want. They sell an awful lot of sushi though, but I do like sushi, so I suppose that's not too much of a problem for me. Although a few like casts have come over here who didn't like sushi, and I found that absolutely hilarious because pretty much everywhere serves sushi, even like restaurants that it makes no sense serving it. Either way, enough about my eating habits. We are going to have ourselves a purchase in for both sides here. The T's still with a lot of money, but a double AWP setup has been brought in. Now normally we see solo with the secondary AWP, but just based off position they've given it to Glow. Looking to be the shining light in this round, but by the looks of things, they may not be heading over towards that B site. Going to be holding the pixel angle. Of course, they had a little bit of bonus cash thanks to the weapons that they've saved over the last few rounds, but it's not anything too special from the CT side, and with Viva already finding that opener, you have to worry a little bit. Now, Mini is going to be, or was going to be holding the angle, but he's got a little bit scared and fallen back. Well, another entry will come in for Savage. Shot missed as well, gives away the position of Mini, and now things are looking pretty bleak for this CT side, but Glow will manage to find one on the cross. Zeph looking to rotate in, and he just running shoots down two. Somehow has turned this back into a decent position, but Viva lurking in from behind. Mini, if he misses this shot, well, I was going to say the round is over, but instead, he finds the shot. It's 4-4, MVP with another, but the bank is not broken for Cyberzen by any stretch of the imagination. Double AWP setup is going to continue. A little bit of aggression coming in from Zyne. Solo currently has yet to get a frag on the board. A little bit worrying. Actually, neither is Hurricanes. Zyne, he really is relying on his teammate here, but actually, this is quite a risky place to take. I think it's just because the smoke is still down for now, and yeah, second it starts to fade, he will fade away as well. Ready though, it's going to be Zeph. Find the opening kill. Savage, the lurker on the other side of the map. Seen some people call him the Chinese Happy. Does like his lurking, so I can somewhat see the comparison. Though he's definitely had a high amount of impact in this game so far. Already though, the trades effectively favouring this CT side. It's going to be Hurricanes and TB to try and bring things back. Now TB had a very quiet second map, even if they were managing to take it over the line. Well, it's not going to change in this round. Already MVP looking to try and pick up their fifth, and Hurricanes the only man that stands in their way. Fact is though, saving him may actually be worthwhile. He's still got 3,700 in the bank, 2,400 into the rest of his teammates will definitely enable them to have another buy. So by the looks of things, he's just going to hold on to what he's got. Wait. He will just hold on to his weapon. Don't think anybody's going to be able to remove it from his hands. They are going to go pushing a little bit. CT side starting to build up a little bit of extra cash themselves, but not really worth throwing too much away here. And it is going to be another buy anyway, as said, for the T side. I'll be interested to see if we're going to get an AWP onto it. Nobody with a particularly good spawn. Mirage, obviously one of those maps where, although spawn is not the most important thing, it can make a bit of a difference. Dust 2's the obvious one for spawn-based Counter-Strike. You see it on both the T and CT side. Sometimes AWPers, if they get the right spawn, may go for an aggressive peek. But, well, speaking of aggressive peeks, Zyne has just removed Savage. And I wonder if teams ever make the sort of inkling like they do, maybe with Happy, where you sort of kill him on one side of the map and you can go, okay, they're probably on the other side. Because most of the time, that player is going to be lurking. Obviously, he doesn't find anybody else in Palace. But the T's are actually going to do the opposite. They're going to go pushing towards the position where their teammate just died. Here we go, though. Hurricanes looking to lead the way. Now, they do have a Molotov. They could clear out the sandwich. And if that was the case, well, you'd think Zyne was in quite a bit of trouble. He is just going to be sat in the sandwich. He's slowly looking to sneak their way out. CT's already rotating a couple of players over. TB is going to get taken down. Are they going to check this? Yes, they are. TB now looking to try and hold on to the cross and will be successful. Has support as well from Zeph, who again gets a kill, almost burns alive, but the fact is it won't matter. Hurricanes with 19 HP, 25 seconds, and no real hope will be put down by Solo. And we're going to see Savage call a pause for his team. The thing is, though, it's sort of like, this is one of the ones where I feel like Cyberzen have been a bit too reactive. Every other round up until this point, they've had a solid buy. If they go for something in this round, I feel like it has to just be some pistols. Maybe Viva can pick up an AK. But, like, you've lost 4 rounds in a row. Surely when it got to 3 rounds in a row and you were coming into this round with a buy, that's where you take the pause. That's where you go, okay, guys, we've still got money. Let's take a pause and think about what we should do. Instead, it's one of those situations where you've gone, okay, we've lost all our money. Let's pause. It's like, I just don't think that's enough. They're going to go for a double AKCZ purchase. Maybe that's what they were talking about. The actual buy that were coming into this round and what they're going to attempt to do with it. And who knows, maybe this will be the resurgence of Cyberzen after a 4-round streak for the CT side. What happened to Tyloo? Tyloo went through in the upper brackets. They are already at the StarSeries LAN. You don't have to worry if you are a Tyloo fan, they will be there. If you're not a Tyloo fan, I apologize. They will be. The team taking control into middle. Nice start from Zeph. Be able to get the opener here. Mini also going to try and hold the cross into the connector, but it is going to be the run in through the A ramp. Looking to try and get nice and close with those CZs, but Mini's already going to be able to drop another. Push coming in onto the site as TB will trade one back, but the fact is MVP win this round dominantly. And while the T side will be able to buy into the next round, but again, there's going to be some limitations. Savage can afford the bare bones rifle. T's are in with a buy once again. It's been 5 rounds in a row now for the CT side. They've built up quite a bank behind them, and the early rounds that we saw come in, 4 in a row in fact for Cyberzen, have whittled away. Ready though. They are going to TB, managing to get the opening kill. Like Cyberzen may be about to bring this one back. Zine, in return, going to go a little bit aggressive to try and turn the tide. Ready and waiting for Viva and just executes him. Not missing that shot, but his teammate will go down. And TB looking to come alive in this match. Quiet in the last, but definitely here for this one. 3 kills, 4 kills, and only Glow remains. TB has exploded into this map. Now sits top of the board for his team, and Glow just trying to hit somebody on the cross, but the fact is they're not planting in that direction. Absolutely no reason to. And the T's, well, I would almost hope that they just opt to save their weaponry here. Now you may think, Tom, they've won the round. Why would they save? Well, with only 3 players surviving, they'll just about be making some cash. 2 players, they'll actually have more guns to drop than they will have had saved. One in the chat called Moist Custard. I almost feel dirty just reading that. I feel like that's something you need to get Nigella to say when she's making some food. It is weird to me that somebody felt the need to make a female version of the name Nigel. Here we go though. Purchasing for both sides. The CT side still have their double orb setup in play. The other in Glow's hands. He's going to be looking to go a little bit aggressive over towards this B site. Does get slightly flashed off, but not anything to write home about. BB looking to try and continue his reign of terror from the previous round. 4 kills to bring them a 5th round. Glow is still going to be ready and waiting on the angle, and the T's have tried to take a little bit of mid control, but the Molotov will be missed and won't hold that window spot for now. DB still trying to take this fight into the connector, and Zion will be forced off. 40 seconds left on the clock, so Cyberzen will have to begin gathering up their offense over towards this A site. Solo is going to be ready and waiting. DB still trying to hold off any rotations. The fact is, it's going to come down to the push on ramp to really do the damage here. Savage in towards that connector, and already it's going from bad to worse. TB going to quickly be shut down, and maybe it was just a one and done as everybody's falling. Monster, the only one left, and even he doesn't seem to be able to do anything. At least catches Solo and does a little bit of extra damage, but that is all. 8 and 5, a straight bounce back and damage done to the economy of Cyberzen. They've gone back to this old strategy. Give Savage an AK, the rest buy pistols. See what he can do. Hasn't been anywhere near as impactful in this map as he was on Nuke, where he was the star performer. Looking like Glow is going to have a few players pushing his way in just a moment. Well, they do have a couple of flashbangs that they can throw over to try and leave him blind. There we go. Eastside just setting up. They've left Savage in towards middle. His job will be to try and hold off rotations. But that sort of hopes the idea that the pistols are going to be enough to overwhelm. Zeph will be there on the cross. And of course, Glow, as we can see, is ready and waiting. Flashbangs will be going over, but he finds the first with the AWP. Doesn't quite manage a second, though. And now Zeph is going to have an awful lot to do. Savage is doing a great job of holding off rotations, but he does only manage to get one. Well, Zeph's starting to run out of bullets. He is going to have to fall back. The bomb is going to be going down for sure. Hurricanes has managed to retrieve himself a rifle, and well, TB has to try and cross back to get that bomb down. That will at least give a little bit of extra money into the next round, but the fact is the T's somewhat need to win this. Hurricanes slightly missing the timing. Is going to go for the repeat and misses the shot as well. And while his opponent is not, Mini finds another kill. Peek back in as Monster being tagged away. They only have pistols remaining. Their one weapon is down and out. While Mini is just retaking this with an AWP. It's not something you say too often. Oh! I actually didn't know you could do that. I suppose it's a very, very specific spot, but I genuinely didn't know that. It does amaze me that I can still learn new things. I'm sure there's going to be a million people in the chat just like, how does he not know about... But I genuinely didn't. Not seen somebody shot through that little gap before. Ready though, Zine. Very aggressive peak will start this final round of the half off very well for MVP. From 4-2 down to be winning 9-5 is a pretty decent comeback for them. Ready. Glow. Manages to find another. The T's will trade one back, but I think it may just be too little too late. They are going to be in quite a bit of trouble. Hurricane's low on HP and TB. Not the ideal weapon here. They are just trying to slow down any possible rotations. CT side are a little bit worried that they could still rotate back. Glow puts down one. Hurricane's 15 HP, 4 players to find. I can't say I'm much of a believer here. Will be put down. 10-5. Strong CT half coming in the end from MVP. We now get to see whether or not they can take this over the line. 8 of the last 9 rounds going their way, and a pistol round win could put this to bed. They almost managed to finish this on Nuke as they won the first map 16-14 and lost the second in overtime. They now head into the final half, unless, of course, this goes to OT again. Pistol win for Cyberzen, though. Put them right back into contention. As long as they can win themselves the follow-up rounds. Either way, it is going to be our pistol round underway. Cyberzen. Oh, an HE here. That might be able to do a little bit of damage. They're going to be coming in. CT side will already kick things off with a bang, and Savage may have just put it to bed. Mini will be able to find one back, but now he has to ace the pistol round. He wants the victory, and it's not going to happen. 10-6, Cyberzen get themselves the pistol round. And while T-side probably just going to force the issue here. I'd be surprised if they save. Not really any reason to, unless they were praying for a bomb plant. I have actually seen MVP do that before. On train. They lose the first round, don't buy in the second, hope for a bomb plant, and if they don't, they buy with Galils. It's not a strategy I particularly like. It is a high gamble, but it's interesting. And I always like seeing teams trying to do things that are a little bit different. Although different doesn't mean good all of the time. Either way. Few rifles picked up for Cyberzen here. Trying to play this one relatively safe, not wanting to give MVP away back into this. TV already going to spot out there, but he's got a lot of players coming his way. And, well, I say a few rifles. It's now down to a couple as one of them goes into the hands of the T side. Hurricane's looking to peek back in, and he'll be tagged down as well. Starting to get a little bit worrying here, but Viva at least brings some normality back to the round. The problem is this man in CT has a lot to do, and that rifle's still doing work. Bomb. Not actually able to go down yet. Solo trying to peek back in, won't really do anything at all. Incendiary doesn't really do anything but the headshot from Monster will, and any sort of chance in this round has quickly dwindled. A scout at least picked up for Solo, but well, he'll go down anyway. 10-7. Cyberzen do secure the rounds, and also all of the rifles that they bought. Straight up Glock buy. Well, not really buy, I suppose. Glock round. Because they don't have anything. It is going to be the T side, just hoping for a bomb plant, really. Take a weapon or two away, make things a bit more costly for Cyberzen. That's the best case scenario, really. Savage. Oh, just looking to try and... Bit of damage here. A little bit of a fake looking like it may be throwing it over towards this B site, just in an attempt to get the bomb down. Nade. Decent amount of damage as well onto Zine. Let's see. Let's see. Can they bait any rotations? Because the fact is, even if the CT side leave one player on the other side of the map, it should stop them getting the bomb down. It's Glocks. They're actually going to rotate a second player in towards B as well. The thing is, it's like the chance of this fake working is so slim. MVP on Mirage have thrown in a few in the past. We are seeing one player rotated, but there we go, look. Simplistic. TB just waiting for any sort of palace push. We will now have a 10-8 scoreline. MVP now able to buy back in. The CT side have built up a little bit of economy, but they did lose a fair few players this second round, or a couple at least. Flawless in the last though, so have enough finances to buy into the next round anyway. The T's, AK-47s, no AWP yet for Mini. Is currently the top fragger on his team. Viva the only one above him at the moment. One minute 10. T side at the moment seem to be gathering in towards this B site. A little bit of utility expended, but not much of a push. Still just waiting back patiently. It looks like they're going to split in towards short instead. Solo already finds the man in connector, but there's a third player now rotating in towards this B site. So all in all, for the CT side, okay, they've lost some players early on, but this isn't a bad situation at all. They have the right read. Viva will be able to shut down one. Solo looking to come in on the flank, and he will at least end the life of Monster, but still this stack remains over on the other side, and the trades are coming effectively. Solo is the last one left. He did work on these rotational players, but the fact is the CT side got the read correct. 25 seconds left for him to not only try and retrieve the bomb, but plant it. I think he'd be better off just trying to kill the remaining players. They're not too sure where he's actually coming from, and that misclick actually gives away the first man's position. The fact is, though, Hurricanes, all he has to really do is survive. He can just bait out his opponent here. He's got a good chance of actually winning this, and that's all he really has to do, just trying to burn that clock down a little bit more. Solo's going to come running, and he wins it with 1 second. 1. A clutch that was needed for MVP, as they'll keep themselves their lead. Savage, that's an answer I'm not sure you want to know. Pause going to be called by MVP. There is going to be a buyback in. Savage on the AWP. He's got a good spawn for this. See that round being so close. MVP feeling the need for a breather. We are going to have double AWP setup coming in for the CT side, though. All that extra money that they built up is being spent right here. Savage and Monster with 1 apiece. Savage going to be taking the peek from short after making the jump through middle. Savage actually may just go and set up with the AWP. Now, this will actually allow a slight rotation off from Viva. Give a little bit more space across the rest of the map. It's going to be the pixel held. Going to go a little bit more aggressive here and misses the shot. Smoke will be going down. T's not going to be able to pounce on that kill just yet. But the fact is, if you look at their positioning across the map, it's looking like they're heading in over towards the A site. Rotation going to be coming in here. Still 3 players rely there. And as said, more aggressive positioning from these CT players. A little bit of a gamble can come in. MVP really are trying to sell this fake quite effectively. They're throwing in lots of utility. Nobody rotating just yet. Failed Molotov as well. As only 1 player is now going to be able to sell this fake. And nobody's moved. Not 1 player. They're all just still going to be sat here on the B site. Push going to be coming in. Glow looking to try and find a pick, and he does. Man in the back lines of Monster has a lot left to do. As the bomb is looking to be planted. He's going to try and deny it. Instead spots another man, but is killed off by Mini. Zion wins the duel versus the CT player there as well. And leaves Savage alone. AWP. Nice shot, though. Can at least catch off 1. Seems like he's a little bit wary of the flank. He doesn't have himself a kit. Or if he's actually still going to be going for this. There should be 1 down somewhere on the floor. By the looks of it. Maybe not, actually. Luckily, I've like the one good thing about my other screen being so far behind, because it's got the stream open, is that I can look back and I can see that they didn't have a kit. So, yep, he is just going to go save. Hold on to his nice little D-law. It's going to be the T's with another round on the board. 12 and 8. How many tickles does it need for an octopus to laugh? I don't know. Ten tickles. Oh god, that is an awful joke. Here we go. Quick push in from the T side. P90 board up. Mac 10 board up. And goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. A stack in. Savage will just be holding on to that AWP. Rest of the team was saving anyway. He just wants to try and keep this. Savage desperately trying to hold on to this. Now Glow using the P90. Skinless P90 as well, so he's not even invested any cash into it. Is at least going to be able to hold on to this unless he's somehow caught by Zine, but he's not going to go hunting too far. 13 and 8. CT side at least get to keep that AWP and should be able to purchase into this one. Savage will be dropping over a rifle. I really want to see the sort of old Savage of Mirage. High aggro. Looking to try and take the fights, and this might be it. He's going to go jumping into middle. By the looks of things, the T's have had enough of sort of normal Counter-Strike. They're going to go for super aggressive, fast-paced Counter-Strike right in towards the A site. Already, though, it's gone quite bad. It's gone very bad. An absolute slaughter as Cyberzen ruin their attempted rush, and it's going to be 13 to 9. CT side also building a decent amount of economy based off of this. Or is going to be called by the T's. We go. Both teams in with a bite. East side, decent amount of utility purchased up. Not really anything too much to worry about. Solo going to be onto a Galil, but that's not too much of a problem. PB going to take an aggressive stance. They're just going straight in again. It's a run in towards the site. They really don't want to slow anything down at the moment, and maybe they should, as they are getting wrecked every time they run into these sites. Okay, the first time it worked wonderfully, but other than that, it's now left on to Mini. 1 versus 5. It's safe to say that, yeah, it didn't work, did it? Oh! That's dirty. Absolute dirt. Nice shot from TB. Definitely have a much better map. Now the T side, while they can't really afford to invest, I imagine Mini will probably just save his extra cash for an AWP, unless they are just going to stick with the all rifle strap. TB again. Be kicking things off. Savage gonna have a few players coming his way, and he will miss the initial. Gonna use his utility to hold them back. That nade is gonna do a horrible amount of damage onto Glow as well. Bit of a sneak coming in from Zeph, but Hurricanes is more than aware and will be watching the cross. Haven't had a map so far in this series that hasn't gone to 30 rounds. By the looks of things, Cyberzen are more than happy to oblige doing that again, slowly dragging things back. Anybody who's been betting under on these maps is probably going to be quite tilted, as it's looking like they're all going to be over. Monster well placed to end the life of another. No XM coming in this one, and maybe that's why he's not quite having the same performance the previous map. Savage has taken over that AWP role as well. This is a classic map for him. I still remember the sort of old Captain Mo versus Savage matches were always very entertaining. The fact is, this round, it's going to be absolute decimation. Another flawless one. It's been a pretty good few rounds for Cyberzen. No kills, or no deaths. And it means that they going to be sat with plenty of cash. T-side, on the other hand, well, they've got the loss bonus building up behind them. Mini will have enough money to purchase up that AWP. Not the best of spawns to go fighting into middle. Savage is going to be ready and waiting on towards short if he is going to go pushing at all. No smoke thrown, though, and that might leave Savage a little bit wary. Instead, at least with the early positioning, the T's gathering up outside of B. Viva going to look to try and take a bit more of an aggressive stance, but pulls off that fairly quick, and Mini is still just waiting in middle with the AWP, hoping that somebody will come and face him. Be a bit disappointed if they do. Then we're going to finally see a little bit of utility expended in towards mid. The early aggression from Savage has fallen away. Smoke definitely not in the place that they were hoping it would go. Seconds left on the clock, and Beaver is going to be ready and waiting. Doesn't manage to spot anything though, and they actually get quite far into the connector. I wonder if Savage is going to be the one to take the peek instead. There should be somebody watching towards this connector spot. Instead, he'll spot Mini, but doesn't manage to find the kills. On the other side, it's actually the CT side just shutting things down. They still haven't spotted Hurricanes in the sandwich. This should be a chance to not only deny one, but also deny the plant. Great move from him, and leaves Mini left. 15 seconds. No real chance from him. Nice shot, though, onto the first. Knows that there's a second around the corner, but doesn't know that Savage is just waiting. 13-12. A 4-round streak for the CT side as they start to bring this one back. While the T side going to be sat with some pistols here. See Viva finding a couple of early eco kills. Sits top of the board of his team at the moment. PB comfortably dispatches of Zeph. There is a scout in, but that's onto Mini. Maybe knowing that in the next round is AWP. Well, I suppose someone can drop it to him solo if necessary, but another flawless round. This is starting to get a little bit ridiculous. Out of the last 5 rounds, 4 of them, a player hasn't died for Cyberzen. They even the scoreline up 13-13. As said, we've seen 30 rounds in every single one of the maps so far. And it would be a reasonable conclusion to say we might be getting that again. T-side, they've got the purchase this time. AKs across the board. They don't opt to drop an AWP to Mini. They've been going for faster plays, but those have been vastly unsuccessful. Still got the lurker of Zion over in towards that palace position. The remaining players could still duck in and go towards A if they really wanted to. Gonna try and make some early presence known. Savage takes some damage. Well, seems like he would have done. He actually doesn't have a scratch on him. The fact is, though, it looks like we may see the push back. Monster still going to be in towards the spawn. Problem now is, though, the T's are running out of time, and they really haven't sold this fake whatsoever. Already, Mini is going to be around in that jungle, and I wonder if he was spotted. Savage is going to go peeking in, and well, doesn't get much easier than that. He has about 20 seconds to line up that kill. Zion will be able to find one from the palace, but the trades are back. Damage from Zeph and lots of dinks and damage being caused, but there's Savage to end the life of another Zeph to try and clutch this out, and he just doesn't have much time. He has to try and pre-fire Savage, who gets his 3rd kill of the round. This man has come alive once again, and Cyberzen rise with him. Savage's Cyberzen sit 14-13 in the tees. Well, they've lost 6 rounds in a row. They are going to force the issue here, although the CT side economy isn't going to be too worried about that. I see some aggression already out from TB. Eva as well, looking to try and make a play on towards short. We'll spot them going in towards the connector. Easy execution of Mini. Push through. Will give Zyne a trade back and leave Hurricane with an awful lot to do on the site. Peeks wide, finds one. No damage in return. And again, the trade's going in favor of this CT side. And already you can see Monster. He's happy to play for the retake. He knows that Savage is watching the cross. Also, the T's have no utility left. Not that he could know that, but I do. Got 2 players in towards CT. Bush will be coming in. They've got to be careful of any sort of cross in towards that sort of position. Getting the bomb down here is going to be so difficult because there isn't really a clear angle. I think the cleanest angle they have is actually a plant for ramp. They definitely can't plant in towards CT. That's what they're going to go for here. Wide peak will come out from Beaver. A simplistic kill. They end all the lives in a matter of seconds. And it is 15-13. Map and series point to Cyberzen. In the last map, they faced a map point of their own and they brought it back. They lost their map choice, 16-14. They almost lost on Nuke, and now they sit needing 1 round to take themselves to a $300,000 event. An event they've been to before, under the Vici banner. But it all comes down to this. They've got bank for days. No matter what happens in this round, they will have a buy into the 30th. They've won 7 rounds in a row to get themselves to this point. Bear that in mind, it was 13-8 not too long ago. Well, Monster has just gone full filth. That's what I'm going to call this. Full filth. He's bought an auto sniper in. He wants to end this here and now. Now, they've got the money that it doesn't matter. He can do that. He can throw a weapon out of the map. He can pick up an auto sniper. They can afford it. Savage will be sent over towards this B site. Again, having a strong performance. 20-12 for him. Been very clutch in this series and looking to try and hold down this B site. Already you can see the economy dwindling for the T's. They've got a MAC-10, a Galil, a UMP. It isn't ideal to say the least. Well, already we're going to see an incendiary thrown in, which will separate B-side. Oh, what is that? Viva just straight through the wall is going to remove Zeph. He doesn't even get the chance to fight in this round. He doesn't even see anyone. He's gone within the first few seconds, and that has got to be so painful. A peek coming in from Savage as well, feeling confident. No doubt. And they've still got plenty of utility here. The auto sniper's yet to even be spotted. Aggression now coming out from TB. We'll add a second man. The auto sniper does actually ping off the head of Zyne. But Mini will be there to trade. And they found the bomb. Glow, he has to get a kill and he gets absolutely nothing. Mini's going to be left in tour 1 versus 4. It looks like Cyberzen are going to Kiev. It was 2 attempts for MVP and 2 attempts failed. Cyberzen are off to Kiev in October, and that is pretty much our qualifiers done and dusted, guys. If you have enjoyed, you can, of course, well, follow StarLadder. If you liked me, !caster, it'll be appreciated. If not, wait, tell me why, I don't mind. And all I could say is thank you. My voice is knackered. I imagine some of you guys, if you've watched both best of 3s today, you've been here for quite a while too. But yeah, I'll see you when I see you. I don't know when the next cast is going to be, but that is it for the StarLadder I-League Star Series Season 6 qualifiers. There's 2 more invites, so make sure you check out probably the style of the website, or HLT for all of that. HLTV even for all of that. But as said, that is it for today. See you guys soon.
Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at gg.bet.